BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top trade. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Monday morning, so I thought I'd make a little video before everyone goes to work. It's working out a little bit better now that I'm not waking up in the pitch black. I can sort of get up and make these videos for everybody before their routine effectively starts. So we had a bit of a bounce yesterday, so let's recap on that. Not so much the UXRP, but the two main drivers are Ethereum, and we got that bounce. This is where we woke up yesterday, I suppose. The early bird does catch the worm sometimes, and we were looking at this perfect retest of a 200 exponential moving average on Ethereum's chart, and we've moved all the way up to such an obvious thing, really, a resistance of the Bollinger Band center, the 20 moving average, and we've been rejected on there one, and well, front run a little bit here. Now if we zoom in really close, you can see the 10 exponential has been reclaimed, bang, and support, lost it, and now we're working our way between these areas. So on the short term for Ethereum, we've got a little bit of ground to make up, really, because at the moment what we're looking at is either a symmetrical or it's more of a descending triangle formation through the lens of moving averages. So that is the extension of this 20 moving average, and then obviously we've got our 200 exponential moving average, and so we've got ourselves, well, yeah, how do you want to interpret that? Try not to get too picky about what you want to call the formation. The fact is we've got support, we've got resistance, and we're making our way to the end of an apex over the next couple of days. So really you want to see a break in one way or another for continuation. Arguably today, really, and definitely by tomorrow. Otherwise, we don't like seeing things get too close to an apex before they break, because the breakout ends in a fake out a lot of the time. So more convincing. If we could do it today, that would be great. And as we're pushing the top of the range at the moment, I technically would like to have a bias. I know that you're not supposed to, but I would like to have a bias that we're going to break it. So we're going to have a look at the momentum to see what's going on with momentum. All right, let's just get rid of this little thingy there. Right, so the momentum. I can't talk properly today. Momentum. So the momentum's kind of nonchalant. It's just following price action. There is no real telltale signs on this one. We saw that we had bullish divergence yesterday that led into this move up, which is good. And if we, I suppose, really sort of scratch deep into these charts, back onto the 1 hourly chart, we reclaimed the Bollinger Band, and we're still surfing around that. So we want to stay above 3,600 to maintain a bullish bias. Provided we can do that, we'll be looking to make our way up on Ethereum. And look, when in doubt, zoom out. It is an uptrend, and this is the first time that we've had a golden cross retest on on that 200 exponential on the 4 hourly since it took place over here. So realistically, you would expect to move up on this one on a breakout, just based on how these sort of things behave. More than likely going to get a spring and back up to the areas that are lost. So that was your Ethereum. I know we're talking about Ethereum now. So look, we're going to look at Bitcoin. Just obviously, this is the situation for Bitcoin. We have our box. We came down into the box. We got to the bottom of the box, and now we're bouncing from the bottom of the box. Looking at yesterday's closure, it was above the Bollinger Band center, excellent. 10 exponential being the battleground here, which is basically this exact moment in time. This is the price action here. It is 68,500, so that is your resistance. Currently finding support on the Bollinger Band itself, which is good as well. 67,166. So that looks really good now, actually. It does look pretty good. So I would be surprised to see this one break down below the box, given what we're looking at this very moment in time on that daily. 4 hourly, better than Ethereum, reclaimed the 10 and the 20. So this does look good, I would say, and I would be looking for this to make its way back up into the 70s. And that is the truth. I don't say stuff for no reason on this channel. It's not hopium, it's just technical analysis, that's all it is. It's nothing more than that. If I was selling hopium, I would not be making money myself, Right, so let's have a look at the US 500, basically the S&P pre-market. And at the moment, it's opening up 0.33%. Fine. That's all right. That's okay. We'll be looking for this one to hopefully make its way back up to the previous local highs. Momentum has got several drives, bearish divergence on this daily. And on the 4 hourly, we do look like we're turning around to make another run back up. Look, the closer we get to the halving, the more skeptical I am about everything crypto. But when we're looking at stocks, this is just a continued move up. But when we take it to a weekly, there is evidence for a deeper correction. So all I'm trying to put across here is that, yeah, everything is great and we're having a good old time buying the dips, selling the rip. You know, in fact, it feels like we've just been making money in crypto for 18 months straight. That's what it kind of feels like. That's kind of how it has been. It's actually been relatively easy. Same thing with stocks. To be honest with you, we bought into stocks after that correction was finished. We made an absolute, we've been loving it, absolutely loving it. In fact, some of these stocks, some of these old school boring stocks that people wouldn't consider buying, like Meta, have outperformed Bitcoin. So, I mean, let's face it, stocks have been amazing too. This sort of thing doesn't usually continue on forever, obviously. We'll be looking for just a normal pullback, and a normal pullback for the S&P would likely be down to the previous all-time high, and maybe a little lower. And with this overheated read, and we see this all the time, this is the sort of thing that leads into a sort of a decent correction, or in this instance, like a dump, like a significant dump. We've measured them before. I'm not going to bother doing it now, but roughly around 10 to 12% dumps, correction, whatever, on the S&P. And that's not much, but obviously that will be accentuated by crypto massively. And it might not happen all in one go. It might happen over a period of weeks, months. And that'd be even worse. Right, so that's that. We've got the Dixie still more or less unchanged, really. Looking like it wants to continue with its move down. The daily, yep, down, down, down. This is your resistance right here, 103.5. So we came up to revisit that, didn't we? Which, from what I recall, was a portion of a 4-hourly death cross retest. Yep, we got that. Perfect. Lovely. Okay, great. So I'm looking for this to get a rejection from here and then move down. So actually, as scary and as emotional as things appear on face value on a day-to-day when we get these moves, really, we've kind of called it, haven't we, really? We kind of expected a move up into this death cross, and we were expecting a rejection from it. We expected a pullback into this box and a bounce from it. We got that. So things are working exactly as expected. This is probably one of the reasons you might want to join the Patreon live streams. Links in the description below. So I still think that there's life in the market yet, but we still have to think about taking profit, because the closer we get to the halving for Bitcoin, I think is going to lead into just a normal pullback. Not a crash, not a dump, not a chaos move, I think just normal consolidation I think is required. It's a buy the rumor, sell the news event, after all. But look, nothing is written in stone. It's just better to be in a protective stance than just overexposed into the market. But until then, things do look like they want to keep creeping back up. Ethereum, Bitcoin in decent positions, and the trade of yesterday, the big trade, after we digested the markets, was SHIB, and SHIB did do a massive bounce. Let's measure it. Where did we get in? I think let's just put it in around here. So from here to here, we did a 20% move yesterday on SHIB. 20% move. Yeah, not bad at all. And look, even SHIB looks like it wants to move back up on the 4-hourly as well. So look, things are looking good, I would say, for crypto, generally speaking, today. And stocks as well, and looking for a bit more downside on Dixie. This is probably not going to continue forever, so I'd have to keep putting across to you. Think about selling the rips. Don't get too overexposed in the market is my best advice. We can make money. We are making money. This has been epic. In fact, the trades have been very neat and tidy here. I just feel as though we are getting closer and closer to borrowed time here, and we don't want to be overexposed when the halving kicks in. Right, so long story short, let it continue. Bitcoin to break out and Ethereum to break out, and today we will know whether we have or not, with daily closures for Bitcoin above all these moving averages. Forget the 7 simple, but the 10 exponential is a big deal. We want to see closures above 69,000, and for Ethereum, we do need to start closing above 37,000. But this looks like a V-shape in the making. I expect it to be, so it should carry all the altcoins with it, considering the market dominance of Ethereum is absolutely massive. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.